All right, everyone. My name is Pascal Borel, and I'm speaking to you from Geneva today, where I have set my yurt, as you can see. I had a fabulous night's sleep in it with the expedition material that we have nowadays available. You sleep there like in a five-star hotel. But for the fact that you hear the animals, you hear the wind, it's gorgeous, it's awesome. Today I'm going to tell you about 3-4 things, and I'll immediately start with Biden, which has signed executive orders in order to transfer up to the last taxpayers' money, to the last dollar that he's got at his disposal, and he's transferring it to Ukraine. And we're talking about more than 6 billions. And let's face it, gentlemen, this is not going to be used for buying new weapons, and so they know they've lost the war. No, it is there to pay bribes and to offer a golden retirement to all the puppets, i.e. Zelensky and his crowd, that they have used to create 800,000 deaths in a couple of years. This is crazy. And it just shows the contempt, the total contempt that the governments have for the Americans, for the taxpayers. It is crazy, and we accept that. Furthermore, Biden has now, and his government has now allowed Zelensky to use long-range missiles to strike deep into Russian territory. And that is a declaration of war, because the weapons that will be used by NATO, i.e. the Americans and most of the European countries, okay, the weapons are coming from them. And therefore, Russian people, which have rules of engagement, they understand perfectly well that using those weapons to strike Russia directly is a proper declaration of war. And meaning that Trump and his administration will have an open war falling on their laps when they take power into January. It is crazy. And we accept something like that, to pay bribes, to not even win a war. It is the world upside down. Second thing, there are a few people in the coming administration of Trump which understand the basic foundation of currency. What is a currency? It's a service given by the state to the economic actors of the nation to exchange knowledge, goods, and services. And they want to delete the Fed. They want to delete the central bank of the United States in order to make sure that no way, because first of all, they are anti-constitutional, and they want to make sure that no way a small bunch of people can create money at will, depending on the political interest at stake. Because when you give a small amount of people, a small number of people, the capacity to create money, well, it's stealing the value of your savings. Each time they create money out of thin air, without working and supporting as a foundation this value creation, this money, well, they steal what you have on your bank account without even having to send you a tax bill. And it's a kind of step back into the frame of mind that, for instance, the 7th President of the United States, Mr. Andrew Jackson, had, because, may I remind you, on his tombstone, his epitaph is, "I killed the bank," because they considered in, I'd say, 1836, that the central bank was, the capacity to create money out of thin air was totally anti-constitutional. And that's the sheer fact. And the Fed was only created in 1914. And very much unlike the Central Bank of England, which was created, I'd say, in 1790 or around that. The Central Bank of France was created in 1804 or something along that line. And in the US, the politicians at the time were much more ethical. They had, they understood that if they gave anyone the power to create money, that would create an imbalanced situation between the only wealth creators, the citizens, and the people that had the power to create this money. So they erased it. And we can see that in the States at the moment, the new administration is seriously talking about backing the dollar on gold, like before 1974, where this parity was actually deleted. Anyway, the only mistake that they make is that gold in itself has absolutely no value. Okay, of course it's a tangible asset, but it is a tangible asset because we've decided it. And the value of currencies is not supported by tangible asset or economic infrastructures, the work of people. No. The value of money depends solely on how many people trust the value of the $100 note that you have in your hand, which is just a little piece of paper. But when you go to your baker to buy a bit of bread, the baker trusts that this $100 note actually is worth something. And he's going to give you tangible assets that you can take back with you in the form of food, of clothes, and so forth. And because he trusts the value of this $100 bill. So the only consideration here, and you'll find it in my book, 2024, because I've written it over the last 3 years, you'll find a history of the central bank and how money is created. And, the fact that money is doesn't belong to the state. It belongs to you. Money is a service which is given by the state to the economic actors of the nation. But by no means does it belong to the state itself. And the state should not have the right to print this money. So that's a very good point. And if the Trump administration can put in place people which have this kind of deep understanding, well, we will go into a brighter place and we'll have a brighter world very soon. Another thing which is quite interesting is that Elon Musk has been appointed at the head of DOGE. I love it. DOGE, Department of Government Efficiency. And he's been analyzing the different government agencies, and what he get out of it is that there are about 460 government agencies which serve no purpose other than establishing rules and laws and processes that deprive the economic actor of their mobility, of their capacity to create wealth. And those agencies are there to apply inefficient laws which, may I remind you, every time a new law is put in place, it takes a little bit more of your freedom away and puts, your capacity to create, innovate, do your business in the hands of those which are going to take taxes out of every of your move, everything you do. And so Elon Musk has analyzed the whole thing, and he's probably going to play it in the same way that he's played it when he bought Twitter and transformed it into X. i.e., he dismissed probably about 80% of the people working there to give back its efficiency to X, to the platform, the communication platform that he has bought at the time. And it didn't diminish the efficiency of the platform. If you look at the number of users, it's in constant progression. So it's going in the right place. People do realize that it's a space of freedom of speech, and they're going to be able to use it much better than the censored platforms such as Facebook, Google, YouTube, and what have you. Okay? So if he's able to do that, it's again going to show the respect that he's got for the taxpayer, for the American citizens, for the nation. And it is at the center, it is of so much importance that we make our government structures efficient. And this is what I'm describing again in my book 2024 that I've written in English and French, of course, so that to give you your life back, to make sure that you have a government which is working for the sole sovereign, the people, and implements, you know, a legal framework that is functional again, that doesn't only defend financial interest and power and politicians, but which is at your service. We'll get there. Have a look on www.4ovet24.com, and please check out the book. Check out the suggestions, which are very much going into the direction that the Trump administration is trying to put in place, but maybe with stronger foundations. Because again, the idea is not to criticize or invest your energy in complaining about the situation. If you can invest the same energy in rebuilding, in suggesting something new, then we're going places together. That's all for today. I thank you for your benevolent attention. Peace out.